Guys, it's been almost 30 years since Madonna released her controversial book, Sex. Can you believe it's been almost 30 years? Okay, anyway, it's just me. Anyway, the Queen of Pop wants to remind the world that she is the reason that artists like Cardi B are empowered to own their sexuality. So in an Instagram story, Madonna calls out those who shamed her and signs off with, "You're welcome," and a clown emoji. So apparently it's that last part that did not sit very well with Cardi B, who tweeted that she did pay homage to Madonna so many times, she writes, and that icons really can become disappointments. Oh. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, that reaction that Cardi B had, was that the right reaction?
I understand it.
Yeah.
I understand why Cardi B would react that way. I mean, I also don't think Madonna is entirely wrong.
No.
I just don't think she's entirely right. And in fact, I think she's incomplete. You know, what she's saying here is that she was the first to do all these things, that she was the person who paved the way, that she's a pioneer. And that's actually just factually untrue. You know, before Madonna came on the scene, there was an iconic artist called Grace Jones, who, and Grace Jones was actually very much embraced in the queer community, in the club, you know, especially for a song called I Need a Man. It became a gay anthem, a gay male anthem. And she was singing about sexuality and needing who you need and wanting who you want. Do you all know the Donna Summer song, Love to Love You, Baby?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the sounds that Donna makes on the track?
Yeah.
She is moaning.
Yeah.
She is orgasmic. In fact, she went into the studio and recorded 22 orgasms for that track. And on the cover of that track, I can't show it to you, but Google it, everybody, when you get home or at home. The cover, do you remember this album cover?
Yes, I think we had it.
Tell me.
She's, well, I'll imitate her face. Her eyes are closed. She's going like this.
Here we go. Oh, so like, yeah.
Her nipples are erect.
Wow.
And you can feel that one of her hands is below the waist doing some things. This is in the 70s before Madonna. And while some may argue that Grace Jones and Donna Summer were not mainstream and underground, the things that happen in the underground enable the mainstream to hit.
Yes,
So
that's so
Madonna
nicely
is not
said.
completely.
That's a great point. You guys agree?
I totally agree. I think I can understand what Madonna was certainly getting at, paving the way. Maybe not paving the way alone. But for me, did anyone else kind of feel like there was maybe a tiny bit of an irony, because I don't know if I want my icons telling me that they're an icon. I think the fact that they're icons, they're done with that work. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the people who hold them up as the icon do the work of reminding everyone that they're an icon. But Madonna, you know, just felt compelled at that particular moment to put it out. And I don't blame Cardi B. The clown emoji makes me so angry. I get ragey when I see the clown emoji. And using that, calling those other artists clowns, I think I might have, no, not. I would have internalized it. I love that Cardi B went out, and I also love how quickly the feud was done, because clearly Madonna called her. She's like, "Okay, we're good. We're good now. Have a good day, everyone."
It was strange. It's strange. Like, you always think about what preceded this moment for her to pick up her phone and decide to make that, because she's calling out WAP, which is a song that came out now several years ago, and she's then mentioning Kim Kardashian, okay.
Miley Cyrus
and Wrecking Ball, again. Like, I feel like that was when Jaya was born. Like, it's an old song now at this point. So it's just a strange context. I mean, I agree with everything you said, and especially it's just like, you know, to not even acknowledge where, and she's been accused of this, that she did learn a lot from not only the Black community, but the LGBTQ plus community, that they were the ones who she was sort of borrowing and adopting and putting that forward. So give credit, yes, she deserves credit, but give credit where credit is due. Having said that, I had to think honestly about this, and there have been moments where, like, I started out as a producer on a show called Sex TV. It was an underground indie show. We had a lot of criticism at the time. We had to fight a lot of battles of people who were sort of discounting us. Then we moved up, and we got a lot of awards, and we were very edgy for the time. We were talking about issues that now are front and center, and sometimes, I'll admit, that when people are like, on Twitter or creating content where it's like, we discovered how to talk about sexuality, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, my show was doing it. Yeah.
You use your inside voice, don't you? You use your inside
I wouldn't
voice.
make a post about it, I don't think.
But here's the thing. So I agree with everything you all said, and I think that, you know, calling herself out as an icon, sometimes people think that that's icky. Where, if I may try to get into Madonna's brain in my psychologist's chair, has she perhaps, a little bit, not been given the kind of credit that she does in fact deserve for what she has accomplished, even if she has forgotten along the way that there have been other women
She want a
before
statue
her.
of herself, do you think,
know,
maybe?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I'm always very careful with Madonna because she was an icon, is an icon to me.
Yeah.
She's what, 64 now? She is the bellwether for how we are looking at and treating aging women. And I'm always very careful when I start to hear people come at her because I say, whoa, 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 stop. We're all going to be that age one day. And how will people talk about us for whatever things that we have done in the industry? So she might be coming from a place where she maybe is feeling a little ignored and that there is ageism, because let's be honest, what is the stuff that I hear when people are like at her? Oh, your time is over, sit down. You know, that's not what aging women wear. You don't flash your butt anymore. And I'm like, maybe all that's true, but maybe part of that is we don't like women aging. Madonna is the same woman today as she was when she released Lucky Star, in my eyes. Why are we so surprised that she's acting like this? It's Madonna being Madonna. And she's not perfect. She's not perfect. But I will acknowledge, like, listen, be careful how you talk about her. Go like this.
I agree. Listen, I agree, and Madonna's also an icon for me. Like, I love her, and yet, as you just said, she's not perfect. And in her trying to tell people to be more supportive of women, all women, aging women, but not aging women, and women who, you know, flaunt their sexuality, I don't know that she's been entirely supportive. And I say this because remember what happened to Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl with, you know, the situation? Madonna did the halftime show a decade later at the Super Bowl, and she was asked, what's your show gonna be like? And here's what she said. And can you, sorry, control room, you don't have the quote? Okay, so I'm just gonna paraphrase what she said. She was like, yeah, you know, my show is not gonna be that titillating because, you know, we don't have to pull out a nipple just for fun. We can have fun without doing that. And it was understood to be a shot at Janet Jackson. So I get the reason why Madonna is successful is because she's controversial, polarizing, and she's kind of contradictory a lot of the time.
She can be, but I just say we hold always women up to a much different standard than we do men. Nobody is running around saying, Mick Jagger, sit down, get some looser pants on. Nobody is saying, Elton John, I think we've outgrown the sunglasses. No one is saying anymore, John Bon Jovi, feathered hair is out. Like nobody, so what I'm saying is, I believe she is completely an imperfect icon for all of those reasons. I 100% agree. But I do also think that she could be, I have no idea, I'm just guessing, as a fan of hers, sitting there going like, what about me?
What about me?
You know,
and
I'm saying she's 64,
we're still uncomfortable with women saying that. Like even I will check myself, like the idea of people talking about themselves and telling us how great they are. And remember when I did that. That makes me feel uncomfortable because it's not something I would be comfortable doing. But I think times are changing where if we're not going to say it, who else is?
Here's a great, you know what though? That's a great point. We watch sports. We watch sports. How many athletes, former athletes, 25 years, 35 years later, are still hailed as heroes because of that one touchdown back at the beginning of their career, and they are heroes in the Hall of Fame to the end of time. And they are constantly he's a Hall of Famer, look at the ring.
I totally understand where you're coming from. I get it. Like we lionize men, and I get it that maybe Madonna feels that she has not been given the statue that she needs. But at the same time,
she's not done. She's not done.
What I think we are asking is, how are you spending your time? Complaining about not getting the statues, or are you amplifying and uplifting the women who came up behind you? Because I don't think this is a way to amplify and uplift the women who came up behind you by saying to them,
hey,
did you thank me? Did you thank me? Did you thank me? Like,
what about me?
You know, and unfortunately, I don't want that to be the lesson I learned from Madonna. There are lots of lessons she's taught me, for sure. This is one where maybe I will say it is a little bit agey of her.
Well,
it sounds a little old lady like. Sorry,
it
sounds like
yes,
crabbing from the mountain.
Hey there, wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.